Boom. There we go.
Welcome, 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 welcome. We're glad that you're here with us tonight. Welcome, 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 welcome. I'm excited as always because I have an opportunity to step into purpose. And that's what I feel like every time we do this show, I'm literally stepping into purpose. You know, it gives me an opportunity to do what I know I'm supposed to be doing. And so, that being said, you are a divine being. And you got to be brave enough to let go and move on. Let go of the thoughts that devalue your worth. Let go of the idea that you're not good enough to evolve and do better. Let go of the people and the habits that deviate you from your life's purpose. Let go of the old limiting beliefs and awaken the divine within. That's what you got to do. Let go and just be free from all the things that hold you back. I'm here with Stephanie Beard, the divine one.
I got a new name.
She's here with me. And as we always do, we open up the show with In the Streets. We're going to have a conversation. The topic today is taking a pause for the cause. Taking a pause for the cause. The power of pausing. That's the show. That's going to be the soul stroke end of things. But Stephanie has some things for us that we're going to talk about on the first half of our show. And that segment is called In the Streets. So without further ado, Stephanie, what do you have for us?
All right, y'all. All right, y'all. What's up? What's up, fam? It's your girl. It's your girl, Laker Girl. And you already know what time it is. Welcome to In the Streets right here on the SIMMIE Braxton Show. I'm bringing you the real, the raw, the headlines, the heat, and everything the culture's talking about. From the court to the corner, from Hollywood to the hood. If it's trending, I'm tracking it. So buckle up because we're hitting the pavement and getting into what's popping in the street with your girl, Stephanie Beard. So let's start now. All right, you guys, we're going to start from the top of the show. We left off last Tuesday with Diddy not being sentenced yet. So October 3rd came last Friday. He was sentenced. He was sentenced to 4 years.
Uh-huh.
He's already completed 14 months. So he's probably going to do about 2 years and some change. And I really felt that he should have got at least 11 years, with the prosecution wanting him to get 11 years. The defense wanted him to be let go that very same day. He's so arrogant. He's so arrogant. And I'm glad he got something. But he was so arrogant, Simmy, that he had already planned to do speaking. Oh, I know. That's my pimple. That's my pimple patch. I got a little pimple right there, so that's my pimple patch. So thank you, Nicole. Don't worry about it. I don't care. That's my pimple patch.
You look cute. You look cute. You look cute.
Well, thank you, Ali. So back to Diddy. Diddy, he is so arrogant that he scheduled to have a speaking engagement this Monday that just passed.
Wow.
He thought he was getting out, so he already planned going to do the speaking engagement. So he's only going to do 2 years and some change. However, he has put in his request, as he's been doing with Trump, aka Trump, our president. He did ask Trump to pardon him, and Trump did mention that, you know, Diddy's team did reach out to him and asked him, hey, can you pardon Diddy, because they feel like, you know, the charges that he was convicted of, he shouldn't get any time for. But we have to remember, Diddy did commit, he did admit to, in his defense, admit to him being a violent person. We all saw it with the video with Cassie.
Yeah.
He beat her ass
Yeah.
down, you know?
Yeah.
So he admit to that because it wasn't a domestic violence case. So he went ahead and said, "Oh, I know that I'm violent. Yes, I am." So guess what? The judge took that in consideration, and that's why you're really doing 2.5 years, which I really believe the nigga should have got way more. And he also got 5 years probation. So I'm hoping when he does get out in 2 years, that he does do something that, you know, his freak offs are not, there's nothing illegal about his freak offs
No.
until he
Consenting
starts
adults.
right.
Consenting adults.
Consenting adults. You want to have sex, you want baby oil, you want Astroglide, you want whatever. That's your business. Hey, it's not illegal. It's not illegal. But when you start transporting people from state to state for prostitution, it is. And drugs. If you're transporting drugs, and I can't believe that they didn't bring him up on charges of transporting drugs across the state lines. And but you know, karma, I believe that karma still is after Diddy. I still believe that he had his hand in Tupac's murder, Kim Porter's murder, and other people's murders. I really believe that. So hopefully karma do catch up with him and take him down, because I think that Diddy is not reformed. I don't believe that he is ever going to be reformed. He's 55 years old, so he's stuck in his ways. All right?
Well, I mean, man, he you know, it seemed like he did a lot of stuff, and it seems like, but that 2 years, he's got 2 years he's got to do. Is that correct?
Yes, 2 years.
Yeah, that's a long time for him, though. But that's a long time, and I'm not saying that he shouldn't get more time,
right?
But I'm saying that that's a long time for him to be in jail. So it's not going to be no cakewalk for him.
Well, no, he's going to Club Fed. He's going to federal prison. Club Fed for him. He's going to get out of the jail that he's in now in New York, which is vicious, you know, because he did say someone tried to shank him. He did say someone tried to shank him. So, but when they move him, which they're requesting him go to a federal prison in New Jersey, and that's Club Fed for him. I mean, he's going to breeze through those 2 years, you know?
Yeah. I wonder this, Stephanie. I wonder what happened to the little white kid that was his that had the drugs that they put in jail. I wonder what happened to him.
He got
off.
He got off.
Really?
He testified. They made him testify against Diddy, but he really didn't give him any information. He didn't say anything. He actually was more positive for Diddy when he was testifying against him, but they let him off. He's a rich white boy. You know, he's a rich white boy. The prosecution dropped the ball. They brought the wrong charges against him, and they should have brought the right charges against him. But it is what it is. I do believe that karma will eventually catch up with him, because 5 years probation, I don't believe he could stay. I don't think he's not going to get for 5 years, but who's to say? He could or he could not. Let's hope that he, you know, in Diddy's defense, I hope that he does become a reformed man. I don't see it, but I hope for him that he really do want to be a better person. Don't put his hand on women, beat their asses, drug them up and all that, because that's what he was doing. He loved putting his hands on women and beating them. So that's his vice right there. And let's see if he stay off of drugs long enough. When he get out in 2 years, because they have drugs in jail too. So we'll see.
Yeah, that don't stop you from doing drugs when you go in jail.
Exactly.
You know,
right.
They get drugs in jail.
And he still have a lot of civil suits out there. So money is going to be he's probably going to pimp out his kids, the twin girls. They're trying to get their own thing going, his sons. I see, Al B. Sure's son. I really believe that he did something to him, because he doesn't do anything. He's not acting anymore. He's not really singing. There's no music from him. The son that is his real son, Christian. I mean, he really can't rap. And then Justin ain't even his kid. He ruined his life with football. He put why I don't understand how Diddy got away. He took a weight and hit the UCLA coach with the weight. With the weight when his son was playing for UCLA, he
Really?
assaulted that man. Yes, he assaulted him. So I don't understand how Diddy has gotten away with all. Well, I do understand because he was involved with the elite. Now the elite are not behind him. They're not supporting him anymore. So we'll see what happens after that.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see.
Yes.
That's a crazy case right there,
Yeah.
That's a crazy case.
So there's really no going to be any more reporting for Diddy after today. We're done with Diddy unless he does.
Something's going on.
She'll be back. She froze. She'll be back.
Having trouble connecting. There we go. Yeah, my internet over here, Simmy, is very spotty.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So let's talk a little bit about sports now that and more Travis Hunter, he was with Colorado Buzz. He was the Heisman Trophy winner. Travis Hunter.
Yeah, Travis Hunter. Right.
He's doing amazing. Over here in Jacksonville.
He is.
The boy is balling out of control. He's playing both sides. He's a cornerback. He's a wide receiver. He's still doing both sides. I don't know if you saw the highlight that this past weekend. He actually caught the ball between two defenders, and the boy is off the chain.
I saw that.
Yeah. So I really like him, but they're still doing Shedeur Sanders real bad over there. They still
But you know what I heard? They traded Joe Flacco. So now Shedeur is the backup quarterback to the other kid, Dylan.
To the youngster. To the what's his name? Wait, hold on, let me find out.
Yeah. Shedeur is now the second string quarterback.
He is
for the Cleveland Browns.
Yes, he is.
He's getting closer.
I just feel like they're doing Shedeur bad.
They did.
They just cannot stand his dad, and they can't stand him because he's still as humble. He doesn't care. He said, "Hey, when I get in, I get in. When I get in, I'm gonna do what I'm here to do, and so forth." So I'm glad that he's humble. And I hope Shedeur does get a shot. And to be honest with you, I hope Shedeur get traded away from Cleveland because the Raiders, they lost 4 games in a row. The Raiders suck.
Yeah.
They are horrible.
Well, they don't have no offense, and their defense ain't that good either, really. But you were talking about Travis Hunter.
Yeah, Travis Hunter.
Back to Travis Hunter. They already hating on Travis now.
Yes.
They hating on Travis. One Hall of Famer was saying he needs to run his patterns. His patterns are not NFL type patterns. Right. And I wish he would just work on being just a wide receiver instead of trying to be, both. But he has that X factor. He has the ability to play both sides of the ball. And there's something that's just not going to be, they're going to hate on it. That envy, that jealousy, because of his gift and his ability to play the game like that at that level.
I mean, Deion Sanders did it, didn't he? Didn't Deion Sanders play both sides?
Yeah.
Was Deion Sanders a wide receiver? Was he a defensive back as well?
Yeah, Sanders did it.
Right. So why can't Travis Hunter do it? So
I can't think of the guy's name. Yeah, but he Steve Smith. I think it was Steve Smith. Yeah, he said it.
Oh,
and he was, talking about, he was just downgrading Travis Hunter, but Travis Hunter is doing a fine job as a rookie playing on that team. And I think that, people, you just as a player, you can't worry about what people say.
And he's not.
Once you stop worrying about what people say about you, and this is in anything that you do. Once you stop worrying about what people say and what people think about you, and you focus on what it is that you got to do, and you do it, That's all that counts. It doesn't matter what people say.
And that's what Deion instilled in those players and his son. He feels Travis is like his son. And he instilled that in them because it's too much chatter out there, too much chatter, and they block it out. Travis is living his best life. He's married. He got a baby on the way. He's happy. If he decides to play one position, that's his business. But right now, he's playing both. He's doing amazing. He won the Heisman Trophy. He deserved it, and kudos to him. And hopefully, Shedeur will finally get his turn to show his skill set. You know what I'm saying? Because they hate on Deion so bad, it's ridiculous. You know?
Yeah, and we know that it's rooted from the hatred and the envy that they had about Deion. All this time, the NFL been hating on Deion Sanders.
Yeah, they
because
hate him.
of his accomplishments.
Yeah,
and because of his bravado and his swag and his ability to talk stuff and back it up.
Totally agree.
That was too much.
Totally agree.
Talk stuff and back it up.
Yep.
And they didn't like that. We know now that they didn't like it at all. Mm-hmm. So they took it out on his son. It's just that simple. We don't want another Deion Sanders like that. We don't want his son to have that swagger about himself. When he makes a touchdown, you know, he holds up his
right. He held up his watch. They hate that. They
don't like it. You know, but on the flip side, if somebody else does it,
right,
it's okay.
Tom Brady, he was working out with Tom Brady. You know, I mean, come on, guys. But it is what it is. You know, the media is going to do what they want. They're going to hate. But Shedeur is definitely going to persevere in the NFL. I think he's going to be a great player once he gets on the team that really wants him and respect him, because I don't believe Cleveland does. Now let's talk before we end it. Let's talk real quick about the NBA. Where the NBA has started their preseason. The Lakers have been doing horrible. They haven't won any game. They lost against Phoenix Suns in their first preseason game. LeBron didn't play, so who cares? They also lost against Golden State. Now there is a message, or LeBron did post on social media a subliminal message, and in this message it does seem like he may be retiring in 2026. As a Laker, in my opinion, I think that he should try to retire as a Cleveland Cavalier. However, he thinks he's going to be like Kobe Bryant, because the last game that Kobe played in his career was against Utah, which would be the same thing for LeBron. So he has not made the announcement that he's retiring, but one of the analysts or announcer or correspondents did ask him, are you going to retire? Are you going to wait for your youngest son, Bryce, to come in? Who is going to be the beast? Bryce is LeBron 2.0. Bryce is LeBron 2.0. I hate to say it, his oldest son, he is not that guy. He's not a great basketball player.
Right.
However, he might excel in a different sport. He's out there playing golf right now, and he's doing really good as a golfer. He just started playing golf 4 months ago, and he's doing really good as a golfer. Maybe that's his thing. Who knows? However, Bryce, I believe, will be LeBron's predecessor. I think that he will, when he comes out of college, which he's playing in Arizona, I think that he would be the one. And Bryce has, he shot up. He's almost 7 feet. He's a good basketball player. He is really good. He was good when he was young. So
I watched him a little bit in high school. And he was really a great basketball player.
Yes,
he did some outstanding things, and he was fun to watch. And he looked like he's a lot better.
Oh, he's amazing. He's amazing. So we'll see if that's the case, and we'll also see. And I hope that LeBron does retire. If he doesn't retire, because the Lakers say they didn't offer him the extension, they said they hope if LeBron retires as a Laker, and that could be, or he could go somewhere else. We don't know. I mean, he's 40 years old. Don't get me wrong. LeBron is still a good player. He's not a
Yeah,
bad player. He's
he's a
still
good player,
he
but
still can
the
put points up.
future, his future, his future is dim. It's time for him to do something else with his life.
Yes.
It just is,
Yes.
and nobody else wants him. Nobody else wants him.
You don't think Cleveland wants him? You don't think
Who?
Cleveland would take Cleveland? You don't think Cleveland would take him?
They might, because of the affection that he, because they have a relationship, because that's where he first started.
Right.
But, he just, and then from what I heard, and we talked about this earlier, that he wants to do the same thing. He wants to go out the same way Kobe Bryant went out. This is the thing about LeBron. LeBron James is a great basketball player, and his accomplishments have been great. But one thing about it, he ain't no Michael Jordan, and he definitely ain't no Kobe Bryant.
No.
He's just not. I don't care what anybody says. And, when the conversation comes up, he has some records that will probably never be broken.
Agreed.
But he doesn't have the championships or the tenacity that Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant had. He just wasn't that guy.
No.
They were built different. They were built different.
Totally. And Michael Jordan is definitely hands down the GOAT. For sure. For everyone. He's the GOAT. Kobe Bryant is Michael Jordan 2.0. He's the GOAT 2.0. He's the second GOAT under Michael Jordan. That's just what it is. Yeah. I put LeBron and Steph Curry in the same category. Those two are in the same category. But LeBron, look, like you said, he has broken records. He has created records that most people or most basketball players will not be able to do. In the younger generation, I see why they say LeBron is the GOAT to them. They're young. They didn't
experience. Yeah, they didn't experience
right
Kobe Bryant.
Right.
And Kobe Bryant played against the 90s players.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And it was some bad. It's gonna be it's a lot of Hall of Famers coming out of the 90s.
That's right.
That's right. So I mean, you gotta young people, go look at the tapes, watch some tapes, and listen to some of the stories of some of the guys that are going to be Hall of Famers about who Kobe Bryant was. He was different. He was different. He was even more intense than Michael.
He was.
When it comes to his workouts and his work ethic.
Yeah.
He was way more intense.
That's why I said
3 o'clock in the morning.
That's why I said he's the 2.0. He's 2.0. So I'm gonna go ahead and conclude In the Streets.
Okay.
On the SIMMIE Braxton Show with your girl Stephanie Beard, and we're gonna get into that topic today. I'm loving the topic today, SIMMIE. The power of pausing, how slowing down help you recognize hidden emotions and triggers. So you go ahead and you can start that off.
Yeah. So thank you so much, Stephanie. That was good.
Thank you.
And that's what we do on In the Streets. In the Streets, we talk about what's happening in the streets, to give it a little variety. So we got about let me see. We got a little time we got about a half hour, and we're going to talk about taking a pause for the cause. And I'm going to bring you in on this.
Oh, yes. Oh, yeah.
Absolutely. Taking a pause can be one of the most transformative yet underrated practices in life. And I got 10 powerful reasons why pausing is such an advantage. And I'm going to start off by saying I was practicing that on the way home driving. This is something that, I just did. I took my time, road rage. I don't have that. You have to practice it. Number one, it creates space for clarity. When you pause, you give your mind a chance to settle. The noise quiets down and you begin to see things as they really are instead of reacting out of confusion or emotion. That's why you don't react, you respond. And anytime you got a person that is always firing off, they're not very smart. You know, you're not very smart, and you're not thinking. You're not able to think. Whenever you go off and fly off at the handle, and so some people they say, well, that's just how he is. You know, they're unstable. You know, you're unstable. You're not balanced. You know, you have to be cool, calm, and collected. Breathe. Inhale, exhale. Take your time. Number two, it prevents regretful reactions. A simple pause before speaking or acting can stop impulsive words or decisions that might hurt relationships or cause unnecessary stress. How many times have you said something that you wish you hadn't have said? Let's be honest.
Mhm.
You know,
I
have.
definitely have, Simmy. I definitely have. Like I was
Yeah.
telling you earlier today. Due to Chump, aka Trump, with these lockdowns of the government, and I had to go to the post office today because the post office have continued to charge me for a post office box that burnt down on January 6th.
Wow.
And I've been having this post office box for over 35 years. And I called them before I went back up to Pasadena today. I called them, I talked to them last week. They was like, okay, we're going, you have to go online to stop them from taking money monthly out of my, every 6 months out of my, off of my credit card or debit card. So prior to when the fire happened, Simmy, I was talking to the postmaster and he told me he was going to shut everything down. He was going to refund my money. He never did it. So when I saw that it popped up that they charged me again for the third time, I ended up calling them. Then they was like, okay, well, you have to come down here. You have to come down here and we'll give you your refund. I said, okay, I'm gonna come down there. I get down there today. The lady that I spoke with initially, she was there, but she wasn't on the clock. So when I get up to the window, he said, oh, no one's here representing Altadena. I said, are you kidding me? They told me to come down. Long story short, I wanted to go the frick off. I wanted to cuss everybody off up in there. But like you said, like this topic that we have to pause.
Right.
You got to slow down.
Right.
And so that's what I did. I slowed down. I didn't go off.
That's good.
And
that's good.
I didn't get my refund today, but we did get it to a point where she said, well, they said they refund you one of them, the most recent one. I said, well, I don't see it. And then the other two, we could give you that one, but I can't give it to you today because the supervisor left. I mean, it was mounting and mounting up. And I just said, let me just take a deep breath and let's reschedule. And I'll come back and get my money because it's over $500. So you're going to give me my money.
You'll get it. You'll get it. You just have to persevere through all of the obstacles that come up. You'll get it. Just, move through the discomfort.
Yes.
Just move through the discomfort calmly. And just, know that everything that you desire, the desired outcome will come into your present reality. Just know that that's going to happen. So, number 3, I'm going to do number 3. It restores inner balance when you take a pause for the cause. Pausing helps reset your nervous system.
Yeah.
Okay? It's like pressing refresh for your mind and spirit, calming anxiety and recentering your energy. Because when you're upset, it physically affects you. But when you pause, take a deep breath, and don't go overboard or go off. This is a skill. This is a skill. This is something
Yes,
that
it
we
is.
need to practice. Practice on being calm. When something happens, I have to practice it all the time.
Me too.
You know, take a deep breath.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it restores inner balance. It deepens number 4, it deepens self-awareness. When you take a moment to breathe and reflect, you start to notice patterns, triggers, and thoughts.
Mm-hmm.
This awareness is the key to growth and emotional maturity. Now, that's a good one right there.
Yes.
Because you become mature. A baby, you know, they're the ones that get upset real fast.
Yeah.
You know, babies get upset real fast because they don't know any better.
That's
but
right.
as you mature, there's a passage in the Bible that says, when I was a child, I spoke as a child, I understood as a child. But once I became a man, I put away childish things. Now, how many of you are grown, right? And that's in relationship to men and women, that you have put away childish things and you deal with things that come up in your life as a mature adult? Or are you still dealing with things like a child?
Right.
Are you still dealing with things like a child?
Mm-hmm.
Are you getting upset every time something comes up in your life that you don't prefer? Because you got to understand this. Anything that comes up in your life that you don't prefer is supposed to be there. Know that. Regardless of what it is, it's supposed to be there. And it's there for your good. All things work together for your good. Now, you may not be able to see the good. That's when you take the pause.
Yes.
Take a pause, breathe, and ask yourself, what good is this for me?
Right.
What is it that I need to learn from this particular event that's taking place in my life right now? You'll find it. You'll definitely find it. Now, Stephanie, I'm asking you, as crazy as that situation was for you, what good was it for you? And where was it? What did it help you with, as a human being? What did it help? How did it help you evolve? Because you did something that you were going to go off. You didn't go off. So that's a plus. But where did it actually help you? What did it help you with?
Well, let me just say this, Simmy, because pausing is one of the hardest things to do. Even though you said babies, they don't know, but even as adults, it is one of the hardest things to do, especially when your emotions are high. Especially when your emotions are high.
Right.
It's hard to take that pause. So today, the only reason why, to be honest with you, what helped me is because I knew we were doing this topic and it came back to my mind, because otherwise I would have took off on her. But because we discussed that we were doing this topic, I thought about it. So that's what helped me, because otherwise I would have probably been like, my tone would have been so harsh. And that's the thing I gotta watch, because
how was your tone? How was your tone? Was it
my
calm?
tone? In the beginning, it was getting harsh. Then I thought about this topic, and then I like stop and breathe.
Yeah.
And that's what I did.
Yeah.
I stopped and I breathed, because I have my tone. I know me. My tone could come off even when I don't mean it to come off really harsh, because I'm a very direct person, and I'm a very I'm honest. Sometimes I'm too honest for my own good, and I shouldn't say things that people can't deal with. Right. So I'm truthful. So sometimes I shouldn't be that, and sometimes my tone comes off really harsh when I really don't want it to be that. But then when I see their expression on their face, I kind of got to take a back and then say, oh, Steph, you might have said
Yeah,
that it too harsh or too late.
yeah,
But today, it helped me knowing that we were doing this. It helped me think, and it didn't,
yeah.
because the triggers are
Right,
there.
right, right,
You know what I
right,
mean? When
right,
things
right,
don't go your way, when people tell you, because I want things to go exactly what someone tells
right,
me. If you
right,
say, come down here, we'll take care of the refund, that's what I expect.
right, right.
But none of
But
that
it didn't
happened
turn
today.
out that way.
And none of it happened
Right,
today.
right.
So that triggered, that was going to trigger me, because
Yes,
you said, come down here, I'm going to give you your refund, take care of it. The only way you could get your refund is to come down here and take care of it. I did exactly what you asked me to do, but none of that happened today.
okay,
So that
okay,
triggered me.
okay,
Yeah.
okay. So number 5, watch this. It strengthens decision making. A pause gives you perspective, the ability to weigh options instead of rushing into choices. Wise decisions often come from moments of stillness, not speed. Stillness, not speed.
Yep.
Sometimes you have to, spend some time alone, especially when it's a very difficult decision to make.
Yeah.
And I always say wisdom is the ability to make the best decision in the most difficult choice, situation. In the most difficult circumstances, you make the best choice
Mm-hmm.
in the most difficult circumstances. And so you want to be able to think. You want to be able to think and weigh out all of your options, because you can't think if you're in a hurry and you're angry and
That's right.
because your body is saying something and your mind is going all at the same time, and you're ready to fly. You're ready to take flight on somebody. You're ready to take off on somebody, instead of wait a minute, because you know what? It's the vibration that you're vibrating on. And that vibration is so powerful. You don't even have to say a word. Just your thoughts, that vibration of your thoughts. And when you open your mouth, it makes it even stronger.
Yes.
So, you have to calm your mind and then think about what you're about to say, and say it in a way to where you can get a response that will be in your favor. Watch this. Pausing. It improves relationships. Taking a pause during conflicts helps you listen better, respond
Yes.
with compassion, and avoid saying things in anger. It builds trust and understanding. It builds trust and understanding. And it helps you respond with compassion. You know, it's a, you know, it's amazing when you can speak to somebody and it's somebody across the desk from you, and you want something to happen. You have to change your whole tone of voice, because then they'll start working more to get what you want done when you're kind to them. And when you
That's true.
start, well, can you find a
Yeah.
way of seeing if it can get done, within this week? Is there any way? I really would appreciate it if you could find a way to, do this for me, because
Yes.
I'm in a tight situation. You know, with a soft word turns away anger. It
Yes.
turns away wrath. When you speak to people in a certain manner, you'll get a certain way.
You'll get the results.
You get a response. You get a certain response from the people, and you'll
That's
get
very true.
responses. Now watch this. Number 7. It connects you to the present moment. It says when you pause, you return to now, the only real moment we have. It helps you experience life more fully and appreciate what's right in front of you. That's why I say take a pause for the cause, right? Take a pause every morning before you start your day off. Take 5 minutes, take 10 minutes. and imagine what you want your day to be like. Now, mind you, you don't know what can come up, but what it does is when you take a time out to just calm your mind and to come to become one with yourself and the universe, just, concentrate on your breathing, breathe in and out, and,
Yes.
and be thankful for everything that you have. You know, fill your heart with gratitude for all the things that you do have and all the things that are going for you, that are right for you in your life. And empty your mind of all the stress and all the things that you would normally worry about, and prepare yourself for the day. You may not know what happens, but if some obstacle comes up, it will prepare you to handle that obstacle in that day.
Right.
It will prepare you. So it's important that you take time out to meditate and to pray and to become one with yourself. And it'll make a world of difference in your life. A world of difference in your life. It connects you to the present moment because all we have is right now. We have right now. We don't have the past, and we don't have the future. It keeps you in the moment, right now. All we have is right now. Right
That's
now
right.
is all we have. Check this out. It allows divine guidance to flow in. I just got through talking about that. Spiritually, a pause opens the doorway for intuition and higher wisdom to speak. When you stop trying to control everything, watch this.
Yes.
When you stop trying to control everything, you become receptive to divine direction. And that's what you can't be a control freak in this thing we call life. Not in this, you cannot be a control freak in this thing we call life, because you won't go with the flow. You have to go with the ebb and flow of life. You have to go with the flow, and it's like being in the matrix. When something comes at you, you get out of the way of it. You don't, try to bulldoze your way through things. You go with the flow. You surrender. Sometimes you have to surrender. Surrender is not passive. As surrender is just getting out of the way or moving with it. So you can move, so you can continue to move forward. You still get what you desire, regardless of the obstacle. You still get what you need, regardless of what happens. You still get exactly what you desire, because you are a manifester. You are a creator. You create your world with your thoughts and your attitude.
That's
We
very
create
true.
our world. We create everything that we get in our life, we create it. So wait, I'm trying to get through these before we get out of here, Stephanie. So it allows divine guidance to flow in. It conserves your energy. Number 9, it conserves your energy. Instead of scattering your focus, a pause lets you realign your energy to what truly matters, to act from power, not pressure. You got to be aligned. You got to be properly aligned. You have to be in alignment, and not scattered. When you get upset, you're not in alignment.
No, not
That's
at
not
all.
even who you are. That's not even who you are. Worrying about stuff. Worrying, being worried, being in fear. You have to know that you are love, and you're embraced by love, and compassion. Know that that's who you are. That's who you are.
That's true.
You are you got here because of love, the ultimate expression of love. So know that whatever happens in your life, it's only for your good, and it's know that you are loved, know that you are worthy, know that what it is that's coming up in your life, it's there for your good, and don't worry about it.
That's right.
Everything happens the way it happens, because everything you're stressing about will eventually fall into place, and you will see that you are guided. and protect it. You know, call it destiny, call it, the universe, call it God, call it whatever resonates with you. But it's working in your favor, and there's nothing to worry about. Just be present and live in the moment without fear. Because everything that's happening right now, right? Everything that's happening right now is about fear mongering. Everything all over the world is happening. Not just in the United States, but in the world. It's about fear.
Fear.
It's make people are running around here scared right now.
Yes, they
afraid of what's going to happen next. But if you're on the side of love, compassion, and purpose, it's not going to touch you. You're not going to worry about it. Let me get to this. Number 10. It builds inner strength. The ability to pause, especially in tough emotional moments, is a sign of mastery. It shows that you're in control of yourself and not controlled by your circumstances. I said this a long time ago, a few years ago. The most dangerous animal in the world is a man that can control his emotions. And that's a woman or man. If you can control your emotions, you become a force to be reckoned with. But it takes practice. And you have to start with your shadow work, looking at yourself, finding out who you really are. And you're not going to do that around a bunch of people and a bunch of opinions. You have to do it by looking yourself in the mirror and say, and reaching down deep at the very level of your being and saying, who am I? You'll know, because you can't lie to yourself. You know. Search yourself. Look into who you really truly are at the very level of your being, and you'll find it. Now, everything that shows up, you might not like. You might not like, but that's okay.
Facts.
Look at it straight in the eye. Look at it head on and say, okay, I don't like that part of my character. So what you do when you don't like it, change it. You have the power to change that aspect of your character. Not yesterday, but right now. You can change it. Just make it up in your mind every time. Be mindful of how you're thinking. Always be mindful of what you're thinking about. Think about what you're thinking about all the time. Be present of your attitude. Be present with what you're thinking about. How you moving. You're vibrating at a certain frequency. Are you vibrating at the frequency of love, compassion, kindness, beauty, receptivity, abundance? Or is it lack, scarcity, fear, hatred? Where are you at? As a man thinketh, what? So is he or she. So you have to be mindful of what you're thinking about. Concentrate, focus on it. Allow yourself to be more focused on who you are. And I guarantee you, you'll find yourself becoming a very powerful individual. We're going to get into a lot as we grow. As we go, we're going to grow. You know, like, comment, and share, because we're going to go into some deep stuff about how powerful you are as a human being. You don't need to walk around in fear, worrying about what the politicians are doing. That stuff is going to work itself out. You're not going to be even affected. I'm telling you, you won't even be affected by what's going on. That's the old world. That's the old earth. You're going to be of the new earth, where you'll see it, but it won't affect you. It'll be like watching a movie on a screen. You'll see it, but it won't affect you. And so at this present time, this is a time for the people that are chosen. And when I say the chosen ones, This show is for the chosen ones. And who are the chosen ones? Those who choose. Those who choose to look at themselves squarely in the face and say, you know what? I'm ready to manifest the best version of myself. Because you're here for a purpose. Every time I do this show, I know I'm in purpose. I know I'm absolutely operating in my purpose. And, you know, me and Stephanie, we talk about it all the time. You know, we're operating in purpose, on purpose, in purpose. And it's a great feeling. And so my job, my obligation is to motivate other people to do the same thing, whether it's a podcast or a business or whatever. But you first have to know exactly who you are at the very core of your being. You don't need to go get it. You already have it. You just need to know that it's already there. It's already there. It's within you. It's not without you. It's in you. You don't have to go to no church to get it either.
That's right.
You don't have to go to no pastor to get it. It's in you. That's how deep this is. That's how close. You are a part of the whole. You are a part of all that is. All that is. They say if God is everywhere, he's omnipotent, omnipresent, right? Omnipresent, right? Everywhere, all at the same time. All that there is. Well, if it's all that there is, then you're a part of all that is. He's within you. It's within you. And so you know when you do something wrong. You know in your mind and in your heart when you say something that's gonna hurt somebody's feelings. You know that. You know you can't. You know when you blurt out something that's not right inside. You can make excuses for it. You know, but you know when you know right from wrong. You know that. Well, I just, you know, that's just how I am. No. That's not just how you are.
Let me say this, Simmy.
Go ahead.
So I want to say this to the audience listening and to the people who's not here or who will come back and listen to this show, because the power of pausing is so important. And so here's a challenge to everyone who is listening or who may come back and listen. Next time something triggers you, instead of reacting right away, take 3 deep breaths. That's what I did today.
Okay.
Name what you're feeling and then decide how you want to respond. Because once you take that deep breath, you already thought about it. And then you're going to go ahead and respond. So take that away from this show today, because it is really, sometimes it's hard to take that pause because we are automatically, we're trained to respond immediately. We're trained to respond immediately. That's why I said earlier, it's hard to take that pause, but as we mature, like Simmy said, we're older people, we're mature people. Think before you speak. The triggers will those triggers will come. Still think before you speak, before you respond. Take that pause. And like you said, pause for that cause, like you said, Cindy.
Yeah, pause for the cause. Pause, take a pause for the cause. You know, but a lot of times, like I said, you know, and you know who you are. You know who you are. But you got to find out you know what makes you angry, you know what makes you happy, and you know when you're doing wrong, you know, and it has a lot to do with your integrity, you know, when doing things when nobody else is around, you know, just because they don't see it, you know, nobody sees you do it, you know, you got to stay within integrity. That's the stuff that people don't, you know, they don't see you do it, but you do it behind everybody's back. But when you get in front of everybody, you give the impression that you're this upstanding person. But you still ain't doing the shadow work. The shadow work is doing things that you're supposed to do that's right, even when nobody else is looking.
That's right.
Making the decision to do the right thing anyhow. Just do the right thing anyhow. And what it does is, it's like lifting weights. You're building up that inner man or woman. You know, you're building yourself up spiritually to become powerful. What you do in secret will show up, you know, in your presence publicly. But you have to do some things secretly. Meditation, you know, stand in integrity, you know, those type of things. You have to do that and make sure that, you know, when you see the ugly, don't run from it.
Right.
Don't ignore it. It is what it is. It's a part of you. And it's placed there perfect. You are a perfect individual. You're perfect. It's perfect for you. And you will sit here to do a job. Fix it. Nobody can fix it for you. You can fix it yourself.
That's
so
right.
I think we got like a couple minutes
Yep.
Left. But I mean, you know, take a pause for the cause. I tell the kids all the time, you know, blow out a candle, smell a flower.
Yeah.
Inhale, exhale. Smell a flower, blow a bubble. You know, that's what it is. Smell a candle, smell a flower, blow a bubble. Inhale, exhale. And you know what? As crazy as that sounds, if you stop and breathe, it works. Because if physically, when you get upset, your body goes through changes. And so when you breathe, it changes your physical, presence. It changes your body physically so that you can think and so that you can operate in a manner that will serve you best. And so, you know, that's what you got to do. Hey, I'm glad that you guys joined us tonight. Like, comment, and share.
Yes.
We're going to come back next week with something a little different. You know, we're going to bring it to you, giving you everything that we have. I hope somebody somewhere has been helped, has been encouraged. I hope that, that it empowers you. And so on behalf of myself, Stephanie Beard, the Radiant One, and Gina Butterfly.
Yes.
Gina Butterfly. Say what you got to say, Butterfly. Butterfly going to say what she going to say, and then we're going to step on out.
I want to thank you all for tuning in.
What she We can't hear her.
Stephanie laughing. So take care. Peace and blessings to you all. And always remember beyond the shadow of doubt that me, USB, I truly love you, my friends. Take care and have a good evening. We out of here. Bye-bye.
Pause, reflect, and grow, y'all. Peace out.
Yes, sir.
Don't forget about the vagabond.
The vagabond.
He crazy, Ali.
Oh, man.
My G baby.